Hi fans of high quality entertainment.
Hi fans of high quality entertainment.
Hi fans of high quality entertainment. A few days ago I made a list of some of my favorite 90s music, and I made it into a playlist on my Spotify account with a link to it which you could listen to for free. And I'm doing the same thing with 60s music, and I'll do probably the same with 70s music and 80s music at some point. So this is missing a lot of great 60s songs, and I haven't listed anything, for instance, by the Beatles or the Rolling Stones, because they talk about them quite often. I wanted to basically talk about other artists that I don't talk about as much, except for a couple of ones I mention quite often that I couldn't help having on the playlist. So the playlist for my Spotify account should be here or in the description below. Just click on it and check it out. Like I said, it's for free. And then come back and give me your opinion on maybe some of the songs you've never heard before. So here we go. 60 minutes of some of my favorite 60s music. Starting with a band that was very popular in the 60s. They had quite a few hit singles. This isn't one of their best known songs, but it is definitely my favorite song of theirs. It's called See, and it is by the band the Rascals. I love everything about this song. The production, the drumming is amazing. The guitar work, the vocals, like I said, everything. Another very popular 60s band that were mainly known for a couple of big hit songs, Born to be Wild and Magic Carpet Ride, and a couple of others. But this one by Steppenwolf is my absolute favorite. It's the very first song from their album At Your Birthday Party. I don't know why I love it so much, but I do. It's called Don't Cry. It's just a cool track. Now, I have included some very popular artists, and one of them I included is the Jimi Hendrix Experience. And my all-time favorite song of theirs is Are You Experienced? You may have heard of that before. Now, this band, I bet most of you have never heard of. And if I just played you the song and I asked you, what decade do you think that is from? You would probably think, well, it's a pretty punky sound, so I'd say, the 70s or 80s or even the 90s. But no, it's from 1966. And they are definitely one of the first punky bands. They are called the Monks, and the song I've included by them is called Monk Time. It's just so far ahead of its time. I mean, the whole album is. Once again, this artist had a lot of great 60s and early 70s hits. This is my favorite of his and the band's, Tommy James and the Shondells, Crimson and Clover. And I've included the longer version of it, the album version of it. Another hugely popular 60s band. This was a minor hit for them, not one of their big hits, but it's once again my absolute favorite of theirs, by Paul Revere and the Raiders, Mr. Sun, Mr. Moon. It is just the perfect, sunshiny pop song. Kind of bubblegum, I guess, in a way, but very catchy and just I just love it. The Lemon Pipers, their huge hit Green Tambourine, was followed by a few more songs, and Rice is Nice was also a hit, not as huge of a hit, but it is my favorite of theirs. I love, love, love the lead vocals, especially. Something a little more mellow. I believe she recorded this song with the Mamas and the Papas, and then on her first solo album she re-recorded it, and It's just a beautifully sung song. Dream a Little Dream of Me by Mama Cass. One of my all-time favorite songs. I could have easily included a song by the band Cream, but I decided to go with something else that Eric Clapton was in, but only for one album, when he was with Blind Faith with Steve Winwood and Ginger Baker, of course. And the song is Can't Find My Way Home, one of my absolute favorite songs of all time. And one of my all-time favorite albums, too. The Monkees had a few hits in the 60s, and my favorite of theirs is Randy Scouse Git. I've liked this artist a lot through the years, but I've never been a huge fan. But this is definitely one of my favorite songs of his from the 60s, by Bob Dylan, Highway 61 Revisited. Now this band I've talked about a lot recently, but I just had to include the song because I love it so friggin' much. It is by Yes from their debut album, and it's Yesterday and Today. John Anderson's vocals, especially on this track, are just so gorgeous. Yeah. Maybe someday I'll attempt to sing that song. And like I said, I did include some very popular 60s bands, The Doors, for instance, and I don't know if this is my favorite of theirs, but I just thought it kind of suited, the playlist. But I do absolutely love it, and it is People Are Strange by The Doors. My favorite blues rock band of all time, Canned Heat. There's many songs. I actually would have picked a song from their Hallelujah album called Sick 'Em Pigs, but that album is not on Spotify. But I'm very happy to include On the Road Again, the long version by Canned Heat. Oh, sorry, I've got a kink in my neck. That's right, the Kinks. I love a lot of their 60s music and 70s music and albums, and I shouldn't say probably so much. Most likely my favorite is Autumn Almanac. And I've talked about this band quite a bit recently, the Velvet Underground. I would have included Sister Ray. That's my favorite Velvet Underground song, but it's like 17 minutes long. So I chose one that was like a little shorter. Femme Fatale by Velvet Underground and Nico. Oh my god, I love the guitar work in this. Too bad it's by a person I don't really care for. But I try and forget that it's Ted Nugent playing the guitar. The Amboy Dukes' Journey to the Center of the Mind. And my playlist ends with Flower Punk by Frank Zappa and the Mothers of Invention. If you're listening on headphones or, of course, in stereo with speakers, I especially love near the end where there's one person talking on the one side and the other person talking on the other side. They're both saying very funny things, and you either have to follow one or the other. You can't listen to both at the same time. It's drive you crazy. But very funny. I love it. And, I think that's a good listening experience. If you listen to the 60 minutes, it's almost like an album, a very long album. But I hope you do check it out and check out some of the songs you've never heard of before. And I'll do another playlist in a few days, most likely, instead of probably, for the 70s. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.